Oh my, well there, I hope you've done your homework, says me, Dad Click, you can tell by the mustache, before watching a Click video. Whoops, JK, it was me, Cool Uncle Click, all along, and you should totally watch my meme videos before doing homework. This is not, this is not good tips. Don't listen to anything I say. Good evening, laddies, lasses, and lassos. Welcome to the Click. You smell absolutely astounding today, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Do you know who would be really excited to smell your sweet, sweet aroma? That is right, the Pride Emotional Support Demon that is coming out with rainbow horns. Check it out. It's really cool. It's really cute. It's really gay. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. My God, I cannot wait to get 100 for myself. I have severe issues. I probably have 300 plushies in my house by now. I don't know where to put them. I have tons of boxes here to the side, just full of plushies. Anyway, so issues, my issues aside, let's take a look at r/InsaneParents, a beautiful debauched place where we just show support and read insane stories about parental situations, and we talk about it, laugh about it, and just sit down and feel a little bit less insane because we do it together. Enjoy. Mwah. Smashed phone. Smashed phone. What the frick did you do to my phone last night?
How many times have I told you not to change your phone password? This is unacceptable behavior. You have to respect me, Blorp. I work hard to pay for this phone.
You don't work as hard paying for the phone as you do smashing the phone, apparently. Like, if this was really such an important investment, wouldn't it make more sense to just, I don't know, ask for the password if you really need it, or ask them to log in instead of just smashing it?
Now look at what you made me do.
Look at what you made me do. No one made you do anything. This was very much on your own accord. What manipulative language. You have literally never once told me I can't change it. It gets even better. Oh my God. You are crazy.
You wanna see crazy? You can go and live with Blorp and Blorp from now on if you wanna act this way.
Don't come in my room at night anymore. Wait, so this parent just sneaks into their kid's room at night to smash things they have done slight things to that they didn't directly approve of. It's like, oh, they changed the password of their phone for miscellaneous reasons. I'm gonna sneak into the room in the middle of the night and smash it instead of just asking for the password if it's so crucial and important. My God, this is insane.
You wanna see crazy? And look at what you made me do.
Or like so manipulative lines, man. Oh my God. r/InsaneParents. Dad thinks I'm on a date with a guy. Scroll. Oh, this is gonna be absolutely juicy, isn't it? And not juicy like a sweet fruit. It's gonna be juicy like, you know, the soggy in the bottom of a trash can. Let's dig into it together, shall we? Missed call, 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 missed. Your February timeline. You walk the most on February 28th. Nice little cutoff there.
What did you do today? Where are you going? Why aren't you answering your phone? Eric, you better call me back and tell me what you're doing.
We're all out at a pub right now. I'm sorry I've been roped up in conversation. I can't be spammed with calls like this. I'm not on my phone and trying to be in the moment. I have boundaries. 20 missed calls is too much, Dad. Wait a second, so this person replying is saying they're out at the pub, meaning that if they're in the US, they're probably 21 plus, or if they're like in England or something, they're like 18 plus or something like that. So this is a legal adult. No matter how you spin this. This is a wild reaction to have to your legal adult child just being out for a beer.
Right now, you hath no say. You understand me? You step away and answer. Who are you with? I will cut everything from you. If you don't call me back, I'm not kidding with you.
Nothing like being at the pub with your mates. And your parent is calling out of nowhere, be like, if you don't step aside now and talk to me, I'll cut your inheritance, you little shit. I'm just having a beer. What the fuck? You not being able to reach me for 15 minutes while I'm on Do Not Disturb and haven't checked my phone is not a reason to call me 20 times. You have to realize how unreasonable that is. I am with the crisis and junkie, and you know how I barely leave the house trying to enjoy it.
Mate, at this point, you should just shag a lad rotten just to take the piss out of the old man. This is the most British thing I have ever read.
Shag a lad rotten? Is this a typo? Or is this actually a saying in England? That is amazing. I'm gonna use that from now on. That is so good. Ooh, my son might be out with the boy. I'm gonna call them 20 times and threaten to cut them out of inheritance and yell at them. That seems, Yeah, doesn't seem unhinged at all. Entitled older sister and mom won't admit they are wrong.
Hey, what's up?
At college right now. What do you want?
You coming home at June?
I already said I'm going blorps, so no.
You never said that. Mom is wondering.
She knows I am going to blorp. Ask her.
Why not come home?
'Cause I don't have to. Ring me at 12. I'll be at lunch.
No, I won't ring you at 12, Birch. Just so rude and dismissive.
Says the person who just called their sister a birch for saying you can call me at lunch. Okay, anyway.
I'm only asking because everyone's worried sick about you never communicate. Normal girls come home during summer to be with family, but not you. Think you need a reality check. Seriously. Hello?
Yeah, I wonder why she doesn't want to come home during summer break. If this is how exhausting it is to deal with you fucking people over text message, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like in person. Oh my god.
You don't have class at 9. Answer! Answer now! You always want to hold on to things from the past. Would thought you got over that by this time. It's been 7 months. When people say sorry, normally people accept and move on.
That's just half the apology. The key with apologies, which is also why so many YouTubers get their apologies wrong, is that only saying sorry because you like want to scrape it under the rug and get away with something isn't like an actual apology. You also have to show like change, that you're not going to do this again, or at least try to repair the damage you did, or like at least show some remorse and stuff. Just saying sorry and then be like, it's been 7 months, why haven't you moved on, when obviously you're still treating them like crap. I'm not sure what the apology was about, but from this context, I would say it's about on par with a fake YouTuber apology.
Now you're trying to go with blorp and ignore your fam who been there for you.
Apart from that stuff you apparently had to apologize for.
Fine, go do what you want, but remember us. We were the ones who always took after you and gave you shelter and food, not her. Even in bad times, we clothed and gave you a place to call your home. You're a birch.
I have class 8 to 10. I shared my timetable. I don't know why you're upset, honestly.
Call me now, please. I am in college!
And I seriously don't know what you're talking about.
Talking about you spreading lies and getting all aggy and avoiding your family, the ones you're supposed to hold close.
Yes, it seems a little guilt-trippy and very nasty, isn't it? I mean, if someone starts insulting me when I say like, nah, I don't think I can make it, it's not gonna make me more likely to make it there. It's probably gonna do the opposite. Spreading lies? Still with that?
Yes! W word!
Man, this person is a real little diplomat, aren't they?
You told everyone poo that never happened and wasn't expecting us to defend ourselves. Laughing emoji.
Seriously?
Listen, book a flight home for June. Everybody wants to move on.
Apparently not, because you keep ranting at him in text messages when they're middle of class. My god.
Blorp misses you and you basically neglect him by not coming back or ringing.
So you're saying that you're like neglecting people? I mean, this person is like a college kid. They're not legally responsible for anyone as far as I know. And on top of that, you keep insulting them in your text message, demanding things, accusing them of being a liar, accusing them of not moving on when you've apologized for something bad you did, while also like being really nasty about it, which kind of gives the hint that you're not actually sorry and you'll probably do it again. This is like, the list is getting quite long, fam. I understand why this person is not interested in spending their vacation dealing with this stuff.
I've been to college. You do not have class right now.
What do you mean I have been to college? Ah, yes, because every single person that has ever been in college have the same schedule. Is this a serious argument, fam?
You just laze around, probably high and refusing to speak over something.
Oh, now you're accusing them of doing drugs as well. Okay, that's great.
Speak over something that happened years ago.
What's 7 months, though? Wasn't it 7 months?
And got resolved months ago.
Oh, so it's something that has, like, been going on for literal years, and like 6 months ago you decided to apologize, and then it's just all fine. My god, what happened?
You're a birch through and through.
Okay, here is something that I always find fascinating regarding the logic of these kind of people. I have experienced it in the past where I've had someone be very like obsessive and stalkery, like they refuse to leave you alone, but at the same time they will insult you and accuse you of things at every turn. It's like you're a liar, you're a bad person, you're horrible, you're a coward because you don't want to talk to them, etc., etc. And after a certain point you just sit there and be like, but if I am so horrible, why do you insist on coming at me all the time? You seem very obsessive with spending time with me, which is odd because you also say I'm a terrible person. Wouldn't you be glad I don't want to be close to you? That sounds like a favor? No? And that's why I'm going with Blorp. Insulting me because I won't do what you like, yet again. No one's gonna speak to me like that at hers. I am welcomed, and they treat me with respect like I'm a family member. More than can be said for some. You say you did nothing wrong, so can you leave me alone, please?
We won't leave you to tell family members tales, no? You'll come home and we can all sit down and everyone talk it out. Grandpa, Blorp, Mom and I all love you and we want to speak with you. I've tried in the past, but you know it's increasingly hard with your attitude problem.
I'm gonna be honest, you've been sitting and manipulating, picking fights about everything, insulting them a good 2 or 3 times now with different sort of things, accusing them of doing drugs, not going to class, claiming they're lying about their schedule. You sound exhausting to deal with. Absolutely exhausting.
Me and Mom especially try to give you everything, and you're always ungrateful and appreciative in the end.
But then just leave them alone. If they're so appreciative, just stop giving them stuff. Easy solution.
We want to make amends and be one big happy family again. Romeo misses his mommy too.
Okay, Romeo is the family dog, according to the notes of this post, just for context.
Just come and be with us. Surely Blorp hasn't brainwashed you to the point she won't let you out of her sight. Grandpa can even pay half the ticket and strap right now. Let us know we love you so much, XOXO.
Listen, I am not coming home. I am not talking out more than we already have. Is you and Mom and Blorp breathing on me a tale? I don't know what that means. Waking me out of bed at 2 a.m. and kicking me to the yard to clean, burning my gifts and books, or Christmas when you invited me and Blorp and didn't let us in after her mom drove 5 hours. I will be back in August to collect the rest of my things and I will check with Blorp when I want to do that. Till then, stop contacting me. Thank you.
Wow, what a birch indeed. Fine, go have your poopy worthless lives the way you clearly want to. Half of those things didn't happen.
Half of those things didn't happen. Okay, so which half still did happen? Because that entire list is pretty bad. Which half happened? That is still bad.
Talking about the beating, but not what you did. Nobody ever in this house woke you up for poo at 2 a.m. The frick? You just tell lies and get off on it. Probably why Blorp has you wrapped around her finger.
She has her wrapped around her finger because she tells lies? That doesn't make any sense at all.
You're freaking dumb and can't think for yourself. I'll be telling Blorp to block you, so don't bother calling him ever. Your stuff will be on the front porch for 5 days, so come up and get it, otherwise it goes out. Just want to say I can't believe how you turned out. Incredible this weak generation can fathom the real world. I was the one working so you could lace around as a kid and watch TV and do normal kid things and not have to grow up too fast. It's just amazing not one drop appreciation from your sorry butt. Stay away from Blorp. Don't need him ending up like his birch butt sister. You've got a lot of nerve, honestly. Wait till I show Blorp and Grandpa your messages. Still never letting poo go, what a shame. Brat.
Are you gonna show your side of the conversation too? When you show them the texts? Or are you gonna like try to hide half the screen while like showing only their replies? Yeah? Yeah, that's the plan.
We only ever loved you and try to give you, oh my god, have a good life and frick off. Wait till your cousin's here as well.
This is such an abuser vibe person, isn't it? It's like if you don't do exactly what I say, while I'm insulting you, threatening you, and accusing you in an array of different things, I'm gonna tell the entire world and turn everyone against you and tell them how awful you are. What an absolute control freak. Jesus Christ, fam.
We'll have a meeting and explain how they can avoid the clear mistakes we made with you and hope they can pray for a better themselves. You're a birch. Someday you'll realize your mistakes and beg for forgiveness.
Yeah. Nah, I doubt that. I really doubt that.
And on that day, I'll take pleasure and tell you to frick off.
Oh, well, that's good. Then you have like your answer in hand. Better just cut your losses and live a happy life away from these people. My God. I'm 22 and my older sister mom abused me and kicked me out so often I had to move into my best friends for a couple of months. I'm so grateful her mom took me in, so I worked my butt off for months to afford student housing, and now I am settled in college. I told family members who called me what happened, and they sent her into a frenzy a few months ago, sending me this type of messages frequently because she can't touch me anymore. Yeah, that sounds like a very abusive person losing control. I've seen these sort of patterns before, and it's just like textbook. It's so textbook. Now they demand I come home during the summer and play happy families, while my best friend's family has offered a holiday with them instead. We had a family meeting before I left, but they just deny and deflect. I just cannot with them anymore. I miss my dog and little brother, but I have had enough. Red is my best friend, blue is my little brother, purple is my uncle, and green is my sister's boyfriend. Even if they make the relation with your little brother difficult right now, they will probably move away from it as well in just like a year or two, most likely. That's usually what ends up happening. So while it sucks right now, I do believe that everyone who's not in on this frickin' weird control scheme are gonna skedaddle real fast. So I would say, like, be there for your little brother when they decide to move the same way you did. What a wild group of people, and the fact that they're all kind of in on it. Like, the older sister and the mom are, like, playing teams against the smaller sibling. It's so weird. It's so weird. I am F25. I haven't seen my mom in 5 years, and she invited herself to my house for a week without asking.
Good morning, sweetheart. I'm excited to see you.
Me too. Did your friend say if you can stay there?
He's at work. I haven't been able to ask him yet. You don't want me there?
You didn't even ask me if you could stay here. And no, I don't really have a place for you to stay.
Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't think I need to ask.
They unironically use thunk as a past tense of thing. Oh dear.
If you don't want me to visit, just say so. I'll just cancel. I don't want to be in your way.
I haven't seen you in 5 years. Of course you should ask.
I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. I thought you wanted to see me. I'll cancel my flight. I haven't seen you because I didn't want to take you away from your school. I can afford it. My door is always open to you. You never have to ask. I'll cancel my flights. I won't bother you despite what you may think. I love you. I was really excited to see you. I'm sorry.
I never asked you to cancel. You just need to find somewhere to stay. What a victim complex, Jesus Christ. I mean, if this person is only 25, you know, I imagine they're living in some kind of student housing or something like that. Having people stay with you in student housing for extended periods of time isn't particularly optimal. Like, God knows if they even have a couch for them to sleep on, otherwise they probably just have the one bed that probably isn't too big in the first place. So, especially if they haven't met them in a very long time, just being like, hey, there isn't literal room here, should probably, like, look at an Airbnb or a friend in the area with a bigger place.
No, cancel. Nobody like.
Oh my god, that is exhausting. Mom admitted my sibling into a mental hospital because they're gay and trans. Oh my god, is this post dated from like 1950?
Wait a second, Reddit hasn't existed that long. This post isn't from 1950. What choice do I even have with her? But impatient, where they will just tell her to just be gay, and it's abusive to not accept it, etc.
Wait a second. Impatient, where they will just tell her to just be gay. Oh my god. Turns out I'm gay. What's the solution? Just be gay? And it's abusive to try to make them not gay? Yeah, yes. It is. Yes. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Me neither. I just can't send her to school like nothing is wrong.
Nothing is wrong.
And let her go making out with girls.
Is this gonna go to that point that I saw some parent when there's like,
oh my god, my kids are gay, so I'm sending my gay daughter to an all-girls school and my little boy to an all-boys school. They'll teach him.
It's like, oh, okay.
I can't trust she won't just do the game overs at home.
Honestly, if this is how you treat them, that you're gonna send them to like institutions and stuff, and saying that,
I guess not accepting them is abuse.
Like, yeah, these things have been considered pretty nasty. Like, what's it called when you have like the therapy to change people and that kind of stuff? It's really bad. It's really bad. And now you're sitting here being like, oh my god, I can't trust that she won't do anything bad to herself if she's at home. I wonder why. I wonder who is pushing them to feel this bad. Jesus Christ.
I think I'll take her to Blorp and admit her until I know what to do.
Are they also like misgendering them? That wouldn't surprise me, but I have no idea what they go by, sadly. I don't have the context. I mean, one reasonable first step would be to, I don't know, like, accept your child. Maybe. Maybe that's a good thing.
They're just gonna let them be gay? How can I trust they won't just make out with girls all day at school?
Oh! What kind of mental picture is this that you're painting? This is insane. This is absolutely insane. He is saying this about his 4-month-old son, a whole baby.
I had to discipline my son tonight. It's not the first time, but I am heartbroken. It is necessary. I hate it so much. It's especially difficult since he's such a good boy. He's been an easy boy to parent, but he's still a sinner. And since I love him, I must discipline him. Yes, his
4-month-old flesh
is full of sin and must be ridden of it with punishment.
Okay, what do you mean by disciplining like a 4-month-old? They're 4 months old. Their modes at the moment is like silly giggling, sleeping, eating with their whole face, and crying, and pooping. That's like the modes your baby... Which ones of these modes is punishable? It's a baby. It's a potato that eats and cries and sleeps. That's it. It's 4 months old. Come on, what I keep saying that we should have like a license for having kids. I swear to God, like it would never work in practice because it like the insinuations would be absolutely nuts. But you know, at this point, isn't it worth it? Wouldn't it be worth it though? Mom blames us for my brother no longer being with us. What the heck?
I'll be forgetting this is not Blorp's phone. It's a shame that you were there yesterday and you wouldn't even let him sit there until then. You could have come pick him up at 6. Blorp is coming to drop the kid's baby back off. They left it here yesterday. Here's a random picture. Y'all kids are the worst kids I could have. I'm sorry I ever gave life to you. You helped make Weasley no longer be here.
I am blocking you. Wait a second, so you're going around telling the kids that are still with you that it's their fault something awful happened to another person, right? And then you're trying to project it and be like, I totally couldn't be the reason why someone would feel bad in my vicinity, when you have already shown that you're really eager to blame other people for someone else game overing. That is some insane irony right there. Oh my god. r/InsaneParents. Mother-in-law found out my partner and I are moving to a different province. Is this gonna be wholesome? Are they gonna be like, I'm so happy you're becoming a real adult and finding a life and place for yourself? Let's get into it. I'm looking forward to the wholesome vibes.
If you go, I will go to the newspaper's office that you got missing from me.
You're gonna report them as missing to the newspaper. Do I understand this correctly?
I will tell them, I guess, to put your name on the news. I will go in the Kingdom Hall and tell everyone to pray for me. You ran away with Blorp to Blorp. I go to police and all over Blorp to fight for you. You will not be there in peace.
Oh, so you're just saying that if they dare move with their person, you're gonna harass them relentlessly by publishing their images in the local newspapers and stuff. I think you can use these text messages to get like a restraining order. I'm not even kidding.
I will tell your father to help me find you.
You think his father doesn't talk to him? Like, wouldn't that be what?
I will cry all around to people. I will go hunger strikes for days. And when anything happens to me, my children will go after you.
You're assuming your children are as nuts as you are. Well, one of the children moving in with this person has proven not to be as nuts as you are. So based on that, I'm assuming it doesn't run in the family as hard as you think it is.
You are wasting your time. I will not let you go. I'll tell the police exactly what happened. You're disrespectful. You're very unreasonable.
You're very unreasonable. I'm gonna relentlessly destroy your life. If you dare move in with the person you love. But you're the unreasonable.
I will not tell the newspapers. Alone, I will go to the Kingdom Hall and raise my hand for Watchtower. And when they recognize me, I will yell with cry and tell them you ran away with Blorp to Blorp. I will tell all the Jehovah Witness from Blorp. You can't leave your mother when you're not married yet to any man. I have not seen that before, so people don't understand me.
Oh, is this like some kind of hardcore religious background? Is that where the motivation for this comes from?
I will tell all the family in Liberia and abroad. You made me uncomfortable and I will make you uncomfortable. Since we came to Canada, you've been against me with many things.
I can't possibly see why anyone would be against you. Your actions and stuff is so reasonable and lighthearted.
You can't take my advice and you can't respect me. I showed you all the motherly love. You can dump everything.
My partner and I are moving to another province soon, and my mother-in-law has threatened to accuse me of kidnapping her daughter. When we first told her our plan, she told us that we would not be moving, because she wouldn't be giving us permission. We have lived on our own for 2 years and are financially independent. When we refused to listen to her, this was her response. Honestly, I would probably take this preemptively to the police, because she has admitted to planning basically what is a mix of a slander campaign and harassment campaign to like make your life as difficult as possible and possibly even encourage some like kind of vigilante action against you. I would take this to the police right away, even if it's not enough to build like an entire case right now or get like a restraining order this minute. It's very good to leave the paper trail ahead of time. So just going to them or even making sure that she's notified that the police has this on record can deter 90% of troublemakers. Not sure if it will deter her, but it's probably a good idea one way or another. My mom was too busy doing substances to pick me up from the mall that's a 2-hour walk away from my home when it was 32 Fahrenheit. I'm guessing that's very cold. My Fahrenheiting is not very fluent. You know, funny thing, when I used to hear in American movies when I was a kid, like, oh my god, it's 100 degrees outside, I legit thought it was just a figure of speech, because in my mind with Celsius, like, there's no way it's 100 degrees outside. Things would literally boil, you know? I thought it was a figure of speech. Not literally the temperature. Okay, anyway, funny side tangent aside. Hey mom, are you still picking me up?
I can't. Call your dad.
Are you serious? Why didn't you tell me earlier?
It's none of your business.
Well, it is though. You promised to pick them up. It's literally their business. They are the affected party. Of course it's their... But what?
Call your dad and tell him to pick you up. I'm busy.
Mom, you were supposed to be here like 10 minutes ago. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Just call your dad. You're lucky I even dropped you off with how difficult you're being.
Mom, he won't pick up. What are you even doing that's so important?
It's none of your business.
Mom, he won't pick up. What am I even supposed to do? Mom, you're being so difficult. How dare you count on me when I said I would be somewhere to drive you? Oh, you're so difficult. You should be lucky I even drove you there to begin with. Now, good luck, kiddo. It's so tragic to see when addictions and these things get in the way of actual decent parenting. I hope you get to the point where you're independent enough that you don't have to deal with this person. And that's very difficult before a certain age, especially in places like the US where you're incredibly dependent on cars. So I wish you the best of luck. I hope you get out of this situation soon, because it's really hard because you feel like you can't depend on anyone. My mother crossed a line.
Transphobic brother has been working really hard to call you by your chosen name and using he and him in conversation.
He has?
Yes.
Huh.
And when he gets it wrong, he immediately changed it and apologizes. He was telling me that he sent you a few pictures of his daughter.
Yeah, he did. Sorry, processing.
I think it's time to let go of your feelings about him, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I should talk to my therapist about letting go. It's just hard to get around my head that he's changed. I mean, I imagine it's the same for him with me, having to process that I've changed. Transphobic brother and I have always been at each other's throats.
Not true. It only started happening when you were lying so much and being hateful to Dad and I.
He never liked me, even when I was young.
He never understood why you blame me for what P-word brother did. What? And again, not true. He was jealous of you for a little while, but he went out of his way to keep you safe. He didn't like your entitled behavior at times.
Well, that is some wild stuff. Is there more context to this? What the heck? I mean, even if you want to make the argument in these kind of cases where there's arguments and, family members fighting and siblings, that it's very subjective, it still means that the other person felt a certain way about it, right? So even if you want to make that argument, and it sounds like there might be way more to this than just like subjective experience on some arguments, it's still weird to just dismiss it. So whatever argument you want to make about this is a very odd reaction. GF blocked her abusive mom because she demanded we cater to her every need since she got diagnosed with a heart condition. So mom got a friend to text me, her boyfriend, to try and manipulate her. Wait, what? She's got other people running her little harassy errands? Oh no.
Do you want to tell GF I wrote her a messenger?
Who the hell are you?
I am Name, GF's mom's friend, and you could try to be more polite. I demand respect because I'm running her stupid errands about harassing people.
Sorry, I have no idea who you are and you're asking me about my partner. Sure, I can tell her. Why are you trying to talk with her anyway? Does it have to do with her mom? We are not talking to her right now.
Ask her to read it if she wants to text me up on her.
What's your number?
She can reach me through Messenger where I wrote her.
She also has botched grammar. Well, that plays right into the character, doesn't it? Okay, normally I wouldn't be so picky on grammar, right? Like my fellow dyslexitives, hey, yeah, there we go. But when it comes to people like this, I just find it really funny. So I'll let it slide.
Just curious, why aren't you talking to GF's mom?
This is like so overstepping. You're running someone's errand about like trying to reach out to someone or be like semi-harassy towards someone, and you're not even asking yourself why you have to do it in the first place, meaning that the person you're running errands for has already been cut off, and you've not even bothered asking why that is the case and inserting yourself in a situation you know nothing about. This person is really unlikable, aren't they? That is not for me to say.
Why not text GF's mom stuff? I don't know why you guys aren't talking to her when she's been a great help to you both.
I fail to see how GF's mom complaining to you about me makes this any of your business.
Anyhow, ask GF to read what I wrote, and furthermore, how your generation is so disrespectful to the people who help you.
Yes indeed, look at you, wholesome little boomer, just inserting yourself into a situation you know nothing about, and assuming everything about it, and like dismissing their experience about it, disrespecting their will that they don't want to talk to a specific person, and then you're like, you should be more respectful because The self-awareness is staggeringly non-existent.
I have known her for a long time. I didn't contact you to chat to you. I'm looking GF.
First, don't give me your ageist bullcrap. Second, GF doesn't want to talk to you either because she has done this dance with GF mom 1,000 times. Her mom treats her like crap, her mom to her friends, so she seems like she's the victim and then get you to talk to GF for her. Third, you don't know poo about GF's mom. You just know the airbrushed version of her that she presents to her friends. You don't know the GF mom that beat GF, threw her into the street multiple times, blamed her for her own father leaving, shamed her for every decision she makes, and has yelled at her and called her a bird till she cried, and told GF that she needs to be institutionalized. Lastly, if GF's mom has a problem with how I talk to her, she can speak to me directly, like an adult.
I have been around long enough to know. Seems like I have a lit of pent of rage.
A lit of pent up. This person's grammar is pissing me off. As if they aren't dislikable enough already. God. Yeah, GF's mom abusing my life partner tends to do that.
Are you now talking for GF? Is she not allowed to talk for herself?
He just told you she doesn't want to talk to you, and I wonder why. Like, her mom has been mistreating her, obviously, and you're like her mom's little flying monkey, doing her errands and like trying to poke her about it and insist on her reaching out to her mom. I wonder why she doesn't want to talk to you, and then I try to twist it into like, oh my god, let's talk to her, isn't she? Silence! And what if I told you it's not new information to you? Then you shouldn't be surprised why they're not talking. If all you're trying to do is help GF and GF's moms be nice, then don't bother.
Well, GF will regret it if her mother's heart doesn't keep her going. She will regret not clearing the air. She is waiting for heart surgery. Does this not matter to her?
Wow, this person is also incredibly manipulative. I can see why you're friends. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, then maybe GF's mom can try apologizing for a change. Just a thought.
I am not telling her to apologize. Just make some amends.
Well, looks like we don't have anything further to discuss. Blocking you now. Have a nice day.
Doesn't matter you block me, because you can't handle some truth.
Holy shite! You know what is so incredibly funny about this story? I had an exact same person once upon a time. This was before I started doing YouTube, I think. This is quite a few years ago, maybe like 7-8 years ago. I had someone who I had cut ties with for very good reason, mind you. And then all of a sudden, I had this person who started like calling me, texting me, messaging me on Facebook, all this stuff. And eventually I replied, and turns out they're running errands for this person who I cut off. And they were like the most dismissive, self-righteous, entitled. I mean, we should maybe be careful with using, like, violent language and stuff, but it was the most punishable person I've ever talked to. Oh my god, can you imagine that? Like, someone has been coming after you, doing nasty things, yada yada, and then you have someone running after you, only heard one side of the story, a very, like, airbrushed side of the story, and insisting they are correct, and insisting they're like the knight in shining armor that's gonna fix this, when you have made it very clear that you just want to be left alone. And then after I blocked them, they sent physical letters to my house. That was interesting. But then they stopped, luckily. I was like this close to going to the police about it, but then they stopped doing it. So it's so funny. I have met, or well, not met, but interacted with exactly this sort of person, and they are just as unbearable and unlikable as I remember. That is, funny is probably not the right word, but absolutely atrocious. Well, laddies, lasses, and lassos, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed having you here today, you wonderful, beautiful bean. And remember, we have Pride versions of the plushies coming out very soon, so keep an eye out for that. You wonderful, beautiful beans. We'll probably have some streaming events and fun stuff for that as well, so keep an eye out for that. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, you beautiful bean, because you do deserve it, and I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.